Imagine this. Right now, at this exact moment, your brain is acting like a spoiled teenager. It's deciding whether it wants to stay here or run off to something easier, like checking your phone, opening the fridge for the 15th time, or Googling something absolutely life-changing like, why do cats knock everything off tables? That tiny impulse happens thousands of times a day, and it's quietly sabotaging your life without you even noticing. But what if I told you the same part of your brain that makes you avoid hard things can actually be flipped to make you crave them? Not motivational poster crave. I mean, biologically, chemically, scientifically crave them. Stay with me, because at the end of this video, I'm going to reveal a psychological switch that can make discipline feel as rewarding as scrolling TikTok at 2 a.m. while questioning every decision you've ever made. But the ending only works if you understand the middle, so don't skip. Your brain runs on one simple rule. Where do I get the most dopamine for the least effort? This used to be helpful when your biggest problem was not getting eaten by a bear. But today, your biggest threat is a glowing rectangle that buzzes every time someone likes your photo. Your brain sees two options. Option 1, hard effort. Requires thinking, sweating, commitment. Option 2, instant pleasure. A snack you don't remember eating, a notification you didn't need, a video you didn't plan to watch. Guess which one your brain picks? Spoiler, it's not the treadmill. This isn't because you're weak. It's because your brain is running survival software from 200,000 years ago while living in a world designed by PhDs who get paid to keep you glued to your screen. Every swipe and every click is engineered to sprinkle perfect little dopamine hits on your brain like it's a cupcake. But here's the dark part. When you rely on cheap dopamine for too long, your dopamine receptors start shutting down. Not literally packing their bags, but slowly reducing in number. Suddenly books feel boring, work feels impossible, and your attention span becomes the length of a Vine video. That's not lack of discipline, that's chemical tolerance. Your brain saying, yeah, this used to be fun, now I need more. But here's the good news. Anything that can be rewired back. Do a quick exercise with me, hold up your hand and snap your fingers. That snap is the exact amount of time it takes your brain to choose between discipline and distraction. Every task, every decision, every goal starts with that snap. You just used your brain on purpose. Most people go all day without doing that once. A dopamine detox isn't about removing dopamine. If you removed dopamine, you'd be a potato. Dopamine is why you move, try, care, and choose. A detox is about stopping the flood of fake dopamine long enough for your brain to reset. And when you do that, your brain goes through withdrawal. Very fun, very charming. You'll feel restless, annoyed, and suddenly extremely interested in cleaning your closet at 3 a.m. This isn't weakness, this is healing. Push through it, and suddenly your dopamine receptors start opening back up like little flowers in spring. Books feel interesting again. Workouts feel doable. Your goals feel meaningful. That's the breakthrough. Do another quick reset. Look around the room and silently name 3 objects. Then take one slow breath. That's it. You just reset your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for discipline. It takes 10 seconds and you can do it anytime your brain tries to run away. But here's what most people get wrong. You cannot remove distractions without replacing them. Your brain hates empty space. If you remove something, it demands a replacement. So replace fast dopamine with slow satisfaction. Read instead of scroll. Walk instead of binge. Cook instead of ordering in. Journal instead of doom scrolling. Exercise without music. Create instead of consume. At first, these feel boring, but after a few days, your brain starts releasing dopamine in anticipation of discipline too. That's when the transformation starts. You start craving effort. You start chasing challenges. You start enjoying progress. That's not motivation. That's rewiring. Try this simple tool, the 5-second rule for your brain. The next time you don't want to do something, count backward. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and do it. This interrupts your emotional brain and hands the wheel to your rational brain. It's tiny, but it builds discipline like crazy. Now here comes the part you've been waiting for, the psychological switch almost no one talks about. Discipline becomes enjoyable only when the reward becomes emotional, not external. If you work out just to look good, you'll quit. If you study just to get a grade, you'll quit. If you chase goals just to get something, you'll burn out. External rewards are weak, but emotional rewards? Those are addictive. The feeling of progress, the feeling of keeping a promise to yourself, the feeling of becoming stronger, sharper, more in control, the feeling of doing something hard while everyone else avoids it. That's the dopamine that lasts. That's the high performer's secret. When discipline becomes emotional, the process becomes the reward. And when the process becomes the reward, you become unstoppable. Not because life becomes easier, but because effort starts to feel meaningful. So here's your final challenge. Pick one source of cheap dopamine, just one. Remove it for 7 days. Replace it with a single effort-based activity. Watch what happens. Notice when your brain screams. Notice when it calms down. Notice when the effort starts to feel good. Because once you feel your brain rewiring itself, you'll never want to go back to who you were. Your brain is ready. Your future is waiting. The only question is, will you begin today?